big sight, new paint, big sight. Y'all know how this
Hi, everybody. Welcome to KQED Live. I'm Ryan Davis, the Executive Director, and KQED Live brings journalism to life on stage, amplifies local Bay Area culture, and deepens civic participation. And we're very grateful to have you with us and very grateful to all of our members who support KQED Live. And if you're not a member, we encourage you, if KQED brings any kind of quality or value into your daily life on radio or TV, on kqed.org or here in the theater, we encourage you to donate at kqed.org/donate. And I want to thank our 4 season sponsors that make all of our programming possible. They're Berkeley Rep, Comcast Business, the San Francisco Symphony, and SF MoMA. We're very grateful for their support for our mission of civic and cultural engagement. And I want to thank great partners who make programs like this possible, like Litquake. So I'm pleased to welcome Jack Boulware, who is the Executive Director of Litquake.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much for coming here. We wanted to work with the That's My Word project for months, and it finally came together, and we're able to do it here. So, thank everyone at KQED for making this happen. As Ryan mentioned, I'm with the Litquake Literary Festival. I'm the co-founder, and this is our 24th year as the city's literary festival. And yeah, thank you. It's a long time to do anything, and. We've been presenting programs for 2 weeks now in San Francisco, and this is part of that festival. So this weekend is our closing night Lit Crawl, where we pull off 45 events in 4 hours, all for free, featuring a KQED Cabaret Delight show as well. So please, we encourage you to go to litquake.org and check out what's still on offer. Do not look at the Lit Crawl map in the program that was printed 3 weeks ago, and it was a different universe. So the most current schedule is on the website. We just want to quickly thank some of the people responsible for making our festival come to life. The San Francisco Office of Economic and Workforce Development, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Margaret and William Hearst Foundation, the Craig Newmark Philanthropies, Grants for the Arts, and the Minor Anderson Foundation. So thank you again for coming.
Thank you. Now, if you will put your hands together and welcome to the stage KQED's Senior Arts and Culture Editor, Gabe Meline.
Oh, hey, I don't need a microphone. Hey, everybody. My name is Gabe Meline. I am the Senior Arts Editor here at KQED, and I'm heading up this project that we've been doing all year called That's My Word. Bay Area hip-hop is something really, really special. It's multicultural, it's flamboyant, it's political, it's diverse, it's high energy, it's staunchly independent, and it never asks for forgiveness. It's the product of pimps and hustlers just as much as it is the product of activists and intellectuals. And in the Bay, we just, we dance a little different, like the song says. It's no secret that Bay Area hip-hop has been overlooked. That's like the chip on our shoulder, right? Why are they always hating? So that's why we spent this entire year chronicling this culture piece by piece before it dissipates into the ether. He may not know it, but Jack Boulware from Litquake was a big inspiration on this project, That's My Word. He did a book called Gimme Something Better, which was an oral history of Bay Area punk. And I was so struck by that, I was like, there's this other really important subculture here in the Bay Area that needs a project like this. So shout out to Jack. He's winding down his time at Litquake, and he's just done great work. Anyway, That's My Word. You can find it at www.bayareahiphop.com. Very easy to remember, bayareahiphop.com. There's videos, podcasts, feature stories, interviews, events like this, photo galleries, radio shows, and more. There's just a ton of stuff there for you. So That's My Word, bayareahiphop.com. We have got a couple legends in the house tonight, and I am very excited and honored to have them here. So without further ado, let's bring them out. Black C and Mac Mall.
Or you want to get you back there?
All right, settle in. Grab some tea. We're going to be here a while. No, we'll make it short. I talked a little bit before you came out on stage about Bay Area hip hop and how unique it is. My first question to you both is, just in your own words, from your own perspective as people in this game, like, what makes Bay Area hip hop special to you?
I mean, to me, it's just, for one, it's tradition. You know what I mean? Just, you know, because we always have been innovators and did things our way. And when I speak of a tradition, you know, back with Too Short, you feel me? Magic Mike and Calvin T up out of Richmond, you feel me? 40, Mac Dre, the Mac, you know, to me it's special to be part of them, you know, to start off listening to it, you know, listening to Camille, hoping to hear a Too Short song, to actually doing Soul Train with Too Short and TWDY, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just like, it's a big fraternity. All of us have known each other for over 25 years. You know, we basically grew up in this. So it's like, to me, it's like family, tradition, and just, you know, the Bay, like Dre, like you said, like Dre say, we do it a little different. You know what I mean? And me being from Vallejo, but you know, able to represent the whole Bay, I mean, that's just a pleasure and an honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up. So it's very important to me.
Yeah. What about you, C?
I second what Maul say, and on top of that, just the game. You know, just learning from people like Too Short. The independent game, being independent, you know, being in the Bay Area, it was a little different for us because we didn't have major labels and stuff out here. You know what I mean? I just remember Too Short coming through the neighborhood, selling out the trunk, and just instilling that in us just to get it on your own, you know. And man, it stuck with me till to this day. You know, independent, just that independent grind. We never, you know, leaned on major labels for help.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Shout out to the city halls, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shout out to
Jason
just all them
Blaines,
cats, you feel
the
me?
Walters,
Yep.
yeah.
Uncle St. Charles, you know what I mean?
Yes,
E40,
sir.
you feel me, is a big influence, you know what I mean? That's not only my relative, but I saw his rise. I saw, to me, the Mac, you know what I mean? You know, he's my namesake. The Mac Dre, Mac Moore, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So when the Mac, you know, Strictly Business Records, Kyrie and Rick and Renard, when I remember him coming to get me at, I think I was like in the 7th grade, and he was dating my cousin at the time, and he came to the school and he saw my other little cousin and was like, I'm gonna give y'all a ride to the neighborhood. And he gave me a poster. And that moment when he gave me that poster, you know what I mean? That let me know that, you know, not only could I dream, but I also can get it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can catch my dream, you feel me? Because it's like, this is somebody who I saw around the corner from me. Mac Dre, who was like an icon, you know what I mean? He was up the street, you know? So not only, am I dreaming, but I'm seeing that you actually can do it, you feel me? And they put it back. These dudes, you know what I mean? Everybody, you know what I mean? The cool nuts, just everybody, man, out here who did it, you know, it just made me feel like I can do it too.
Yeah. Some of what you're talking about is this community or infrastructure of independence, where it's not just like the right way. It's not just strictly business, a young black brother. It's not just selling tapes out the trunk. It's the distributors. It's the record stores like Leopold's and Creative Music Emporium and T.Y. Uzi. And
T.Y. Uzi.
Like, you know, the zines like Striving and 4080 and stuff like that. There's people supporting each other, which I think is really a unique thing in the Bay Area too.
And we kind of like had, like Black C was saying, you know, we didn't have the industry. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, we had to get out there and get our hands dirty. But while we're getting our hands dirty, we're also learning. We're learning every facet of the business.
Right.
You know what I mean? From concept to actually doing it, from the cover to the mix and mastering and all that, to pressing, to all that. We had to do that ourselves. Yeah. And that made us better businessmen, and I feel gave us an advantage over the cats down south, because out there it's basically like, if you don't have a deal, you're not a rapper.
You're not a rapper.
You know what I mean?
And if you have a deal, watch out.
Yeah, watch out, basically. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like just out of necessity, you know what I mean, made us bosses, you feel me?
There's something also unique to the Bay. I talked a little bit before you came out on stage that the Bay Area is just like famously overlooked. And it's like, But there's the Bay Area hip hop is so rich, it goes so deep, it's contributed so much to the rest of the country as far as production.
They
dance.
look at us, but they just don't give us props.
Yeah.
Because they bite from us and
Sometimes
they take from
steal.
us.
Yeah.
They take from us, but they don't give us our credit. That's the thing.
And I've long thought that maybe a part of that is like our failure to tell our own story. Which is why I'm so excited that you two wrote books, because it's like, yes, finally we're telling our own story. Like, you know, you can't, it's part of the permanent public record when you write a book like that. I want to ask each of you, what went into your decision to write a book?
My decision was just, a lot of my friends, everybody said, man, you know, was just telling me I had a unique story, just all of the trials and tribulations I've been through, you know, the losses, you know, dealing with labels, independent labels like Independent Records, to dealing with majors like Atlantic Records. You know, just my whole story is just coming up out of the hood, out of Hunters Point. You know, everybody was just telling me, man, you got a unique story. You need to tell it. And I thought about it for years, and just getting with Charles, somebody who helped me put it, Charles Jolivet.
Charles Jolivet, shout out, yeah.
Yeah, he ended up helping me orchestrate putting it together. Because I started, and I just didn't know how to put it together. You know, I was just writing, you know, just ideas here and there, and he helped me orchestrate it, and I'm glad I did. And it was just, you know, too, to also motivate other people who probably feel like, you know, I come from where he come from, and it's just to give them motivation to see that they show them that they can do it too.
Yeah. What about you, Mo?
For me, mine actually came from tragedy. You feel me? Some years ago, me, Ray Love, and you know, one of our friends and a driver, we got into a bad car accident in San Francisco. We were all throughout the car. You feel me? We got ejected out the vehicle, broke and busted up. My friend Keith, he actually died in my arms. You feel me? I'm right in front of Pacific Bell Park. That's what I call it. You feel me? But where the Giants play, I'm right in front of there. And I'm holding this dude. I had to take my shirt off, wrap his head, because he was, you know, a gang of blood. And I just had the image of him taking those last breaths. And I didn't know that they was his last breaths then, but I just saw him fighting to breathe. And, you know, we went to General, you know what I mean? And I had 18 staples. Ray broke, you know, his vertebrae. The driver of the car who actually caused the accident, he broke his face, broke his leg in 3 places. He was all, you know, in the fence. And I was the only one, I'm the one who got up first. I went to go, you know, check on everybody. And the only trauma that I had at the time is like cats getting shot. If you get shot and you can talk, you all right. I mean, you're not all right because you've been shot, of course, but, you know, you can get to the next level. If you don't talk, then it's bad. So I'm checking on everybody. I went, Cato, who that's what we called him, he was the furthest from everybody. I had to take off my shirt, wrap it around him, and to make I'm sorry, I did get caught up with this, but basically it was a tragedy because I was hunted by his eyes and the scene of him gasping his breath. I've been reading since I've been 5 years old. Right, I've been in love with the written word. You know what I mean? So they kicked me out of General. You know what I mean? After I had to tell his father that he died. You know what I mean? That was a whole trip. So I was in a bad place, not only physically but mentally. I couldn't close my eyes because all I would see is my friend. So as I'm laying in this bed, you know what I mean, not wanting to take the medication. You feel me? Because it made me feel weird, and so I'm sitting in the bed. I can't move. And, you know, I've always been a thinker. So I'm laying here, can't move, and I'm thinking, how did I get here? Out of all the shit that I've been through in my life, you feel me? How did I get in this bed now, fucking scared to close my eyes because I see my friend? And from thinking that, I just grabbed a notebook and a pencil, and I just started writing my life. You know what I mean? I just started writing it from the top.
It all just came back.
Yeah, but I went to my grandparents. Right. Why my grandparents came to California? Why did they come to the Crest? Why did my mother and my father get together? I really examined my life. You feel me? I examined my life, and I was very honest. and open. You know what I mean? I didn't make all the right choices. I didn't win every fight.
Yeah.
You feel me? I went left when I should have went right. So as I'm writing just everything, you know, first it was kind of like, you know, it ended up being like therapy. You know, because I'm seeing it, you know how they say, once you got to put it on paper. Once you see it on paper, you kind of look, you have a different point of view.
Yeah.
So I just wrote everything until this point. And by the time that I was done writing the book, I exercised my demons.
Goddamn.
You feel me? I worked everything out because I was very honest and I looked at everything. And at first, when I wrote the book, it was, when I wrote the book, it was just me. It was me in this house, barely can move. I got 18 staples in my head. My back is messed up. I got spots in my back that's numb. You feel me? And all I had, I can't talk to nobody. You feel me? I didn't go back to Vallejo. I stayed out here in the city. You feel me? And I just worked it out. And all I had at the time was that pad and that pen. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it just, you know, it helped me. But it was a personal thing. Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to put it out or whatever. It was just something for me. You know what I mean? And then I remember, it's a funny thing. I remember, because this is the Thea's Nation days, so it's me, Kilo Kurt, Miami. You know what I mean? And I remember coming, you know, I'm already frazzled because I've been through this situation, but I remember coming with like, you know, a gang of paper. I got like a gang of paper all, you know, messed up, and I'm coming to them and I'm like, hey, this is my book.
It's my life story.
Yeah, this is my book. They looking at me like, this a what?
Yeah.
This is my book. No, this is my book. We finna come out with a book. They like, bro, get in the lab. What is it? Because we don't have authors where we from. You feel me?
Who convinced you to put it out?
Actually, I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, you know what? I got to do something with this because I think the way that it helped me, maybe it can help somebody else. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's like one thing about that book, man. You gonna learn from it because it's like I made all the mistakes before you even need to make them. Just read it, get the game, and move on. You feel me?
Yeah. Both of these books really are like very honest and very compelling, very unflinching. I can't recommend them enough. Black C, let's talk about your book a little bit, and I'm going to start by reading a passage from it.
Okay.
This book, A Part of Survival. If I can find the passage. My survival is something that stands out to me the most about growing up in the 70s and 80s in San Francisco. There were a lot of incidents that challenged my survival before I even reached the age of 21. One of them involved me getting hit by a car for the second time. The second time I was hit by a car was in Hunters Point. I remember it like it was yesterday. There was this crazy dope fiend riding around the projects at Hunters Point in a stolen 1965 Mustang that day. The dope fiend was doing donuts and burning rubber when he started losing control of the car. When he started spinning out of control, the Mustang, it started to head directly toward my little brother Toto, who was outside with me. Without thinking, I jumped up, pushed Toto out of the way of the car, and got hit and pinned in between the Mustang and another car. The Mustang fishtailed and slammed right into me and destroyed the growth plate in my left leg. I was pinned between the two cars, and it was painful as fuck. I was laid out on the ground with all my shit broken, screaming from all the pain. It was unbearable. The dope fiend hopped out of the car instantly and tried to run off when he heard me screaming. I remember hearing gunshots and all kinds of shit going off after that. I heard my friends yelling, "Get him, get him, get him." The dudes in my neighborhood shouted as they went after the dope fiend until he was caught. They got up to him and fucked him up bad. I ended up having to get a couple pins placed in me and a cast from the tip of my toes all the way up to my thigh. I was on bed rest for a few months after that. I was nearly 15 years old when I was hit by the car this time. Just a few years later, it wasn't a solder gun or a junkie in a stolen car that threatened my survival, but a drive-by shooting right on Harbor Road. Black C, I'm going to go from that to a photo of you as a little kid, if we can bring up the photo of Black C in first grade here. And tell us a little bit about where you grew up.
That's me.
Oh, that's you?
That's Mom.
Yeah.
You guys got switched at the hospital at birth. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up, Harbor Road, what your neighborhood was like.
There you go.
My neighborhood, old army bunkers, we called it the concrete jungle. It was basically a place where everybody, where my grandparents migrated from the South, from Wascom, Texas, and Waco, Texas. My father from Waco. They came up there looking for a better life, back during the Jim Crow era, all that. They moved up there for jobs at the Navy Yard, and that's how I got placed. That's how, I started living up on Harbor in those bunkers. But I wouldn't. It's no different than any other hood or ghetto. Neighbors looking out for you. You got Hunters Point Gym. We had the Boys and Girls Club up there. Like I say, we'd be outside building Frankenstein bikes and hanging out. It wasn't no different than any other ghetto. And at the time, I didn't realize it was the ghetto. You know what I mean? That we was low income. We was having so much fun, and neighbors looking out for you. Your friend's mom had the permission to spank you if you out of pocket, and it was a beautiful place to me at the time when I was younger. You know what I mean? As I got older, as the drugs, crack hit in the 80s, it changed.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful place, man. And like they said, it took a village to raise us, and it was like that at the time, back when I grew up over there.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mama Rose, Mama Joyce, everybody was mothers, you know what I mean, around there.
Right. Was Bob down at the liquor store when you were growing up?
Yes, sir. Bob, Surfside Liquors. Yeah.
Is Bob still at the liquor store?
Still there.
To this day.
Much love to Bob, man. Yeah, he I guess he just got out the hospital too, I heard. So
Okay.
Yeah, much love to Bob.
Yeah, you write about taking like metal skates and attaching them to a board,
All
and, like
that.
sparks flying as you're going down the hill. You're just like making your own
building
fun.
roller coasters, clubhouses. We'd go to the old vacant buildings, remove the boards off the windows and everything off the doors, and we was building clubhouses. It was a beautiful time in the 70s and early 80s before the crack hit.
Right. We have a photo of you and Herm Lewis, Hunters Point
sir.
legend. And Herm opens your first record talking about these circumstances and talking about the need to overcome them. The gang situation in San Francisco at that time, what was that like?
No, it was bad. I'll say from like 88 to 91, 92, before we did the truce, it was real bad. You couldn't go nowhere. You pull up at Serramonte, you run into dudes from Sunnydale, rivals from Fillmore, and you had problems if you weren't prepared. You go down to the arcade down there. I forgot the name of the arcade down there by St. Francis movie theater.
Fun Center?
The Fun Center, yeah. You go down there, you can get jumped. It was probably, that was Fillmore territory really back then. Kaplan's, you go there trying to grab some shoes. It was a problem anywhere down there. Like I say,
Go to Harpo's Adidas.
Nowhere. You definitely wasn't going to Harputs. Harputs was in Fillmore. That wasn't happening. That was out the question. But
it was a car full of Sunnydale guys who pulled up on you one day, and
Right.
what happened? Changed your life forever.
Yeah, it did. It was a hot day. Everybody was hanging out on 3rd Street. 3rd Street is similar to Crenshaw in L.A., where everybody driving their cars up and down. That's where you go to hang out, maybe, try to talk to a few females or whatnot. And, it was a hot day. We had just got out of school, and we was out hanging out by Taco Joe's. It's on 3rd and Palouse. And a couple of Sunnydale guys just decided to come over there. There was like 2-3 cars deep, pulled up, jumped out. A little melee happened. A couple of them dudes got beat up, got jumped or whatnot. And later on that day, people get to gathering, congregating. We went up to Harbor Road. Everybody sitting around talking about what they did. I did this, I did that. Bragging about what they had did. And sure enough, them dudes had went and got their guns and came back. And as soon as I heard the car screeching, I turned around. A couple of shots went off from the 12 gauge and a couple other guns. And I got hit as soon as I heard the first 2 shots. I turned around and looked right into it, and it hit me, and I went blind instantly. And yeah, I ran around the building, grabbing my face, telling my boy I was blind. And yeah, they ended up rushing me to General. And when they went in, they found out I had a bunch of buckshots that was in my eye, and it had messed up my retina, so they had to remove my eye and give me a prosthetic one. But they had to remove it because the retina was so bad that it was going to start, deteriorating my other eye. So they removed it, and yeah, I had to get a prosthetic eye.
Damn. There is a reason you've called this book a part of survival.
Right.
There's been a lot of survival in your life. In fact, when you recorded your first record, Lesson to Be Learned, you have a song called A Part of Survival.
Part of survival.
Can you give us like a verse of that song, a cappella?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, let me do it. Check. Mm-hmm. Yeah, check. Yeah, this is off the first album, and this is where I actually got my title from, Part of Survival. And it go like this. I believe in a dead on arrival, because in the projects it's a part of survival. And survival got a lot of meanings, because every day seems like drive-by season. Prostitution and drug abuse. No wonder why my city's in so much confusion. And I thought about getting a job. Oh, hell no. I'd rather roll with the hit squad. And if you get the picture, then frame it. Because Black Sea is constantly running gang, bitch, and that's the way it's gonna be. When you're growing up in the SFC, and I tell this shit like it's supposed to be told, because I learned this game on Harbor Road, and I'm the funk of the funkiest, because when it comes to shooting this gift, bitch, you notice. So step with caution, because niggas like playing the role of the boss and big time players, but our squares. So niggas beware. Black Sea is taking you through these motions, and I'm going deeper than the motherfucking ocean. So listen and take heed, because that's the way you're surviving when the SFC.
Hey,
yeah, Part of survival,
all right.
man. 1992, off that, A Lesson to Be Learned. Yeah.
We got a large image of a Lesson to Be Learned here that we can put up on the screen. This was a game-changing album, like not just for you personally, but for the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. And you write in the book, you sort of peel back the finances and say, okay, well, we got this album out, put it out independently, hooked up within a minute over in Oakland.
Right.
They signed us to a deal. They told us to see a lawyer. Turned out to be their lawyer also.
Right.
Talk about a conflict of interest. Anyway, long story short, like you didn't get paid the money that you should have gotten paid for Lesson to Be Learned. And you talk about coming back to Harbor Road with your group mate, Mr. C. Mm-hmm. And
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You'd been doing okay money-wise, but because you weren't getting checks from your record label, he was struggling, and he said, "Drop me off. I need to hustle out on the street a little bit." And what happened next?
Yeah, that day we was going out to my auntie house in Oakland, and man, yeah, I told him, let's ride out, go get something to eat. My auntie and them cooking, it was New Year's Eve, and yeah, I ended up telling him, let's go ride out. And he was just like, man, I'm struggling right now. And he had already borrowed some money from me and my manager, Tone, earlier that week. He had borrowed like $1,000 from me, borrowed like $300, $500 or something like that from my manager, Tone. So he wanted to pay us back. Even though we weren't looking for the money back, he just felt like, I got to hustle, pay y'all back. I got bills to pay. So, yeah, he got out the car. And Hitman got in the car with me when we drove off.
Rest in peace, too.
Yeah, rest in peace, Hitman, too. Yeah, we pulled off. By the time I even got to Oakland, my mom and them came out, and I just seen it in her eyes. Like, I just seen the horror in her eyes. She was just like, you got to get back over there. You got to go to General. I'm like, well, what happened? She's like, Mr. C just got shot. And my heart just dropped. I didn't even get a chance to even park. And my auntie, all them come out. They all looked worried. And yeah, I ended up driving, smashing off, getting over there, getting back over here to the city. Went up in the hospital, and my sister came out and was like, they killed Mr. C. She was out there. She was actually sitting on the pole right next to him when it happened. My sister Bianca. She was like, yeah, we were sitting outside just talking, and some dude came around the corner with a mask, just ran up on him, shot him twice. He fell off the pole. Tried to get up and run, and he hit him again, and he just stood up over and unloaded the whole clip on him. Killed him right there by the actual basketball court, right over that wall right there where we took the picture. You know, he died right there.
I think we have a picture of you and Mr. C that we can put up on the screen here, your press photo.
Yeah.
Your next album, you called it Eye for an Eye, with a reason. And eventually, you moved away from Harbor Road. You got a house in Antioch.
Right.
You took your Buick Skylark with you.
Sure did.
I think we have a picture of that Buick Skylark. This
Yeah.
is you on Harbor Road. He still has
Still
that
got
car.
it. Still got it, yeah.
But, you know, you've seen a lot of other people killed. The hitman, Cougnut died in his car crash. There's just been a lot of it all around you, and you really are a survivor.
Yes, sir.
Now you're signed with Empire. You're still active. You know, you're out at functions all the time.
Everywhere now.
How do you feel these days about
I
life?
feel good, you know. Like I said, you know, I'm a survivor, you know, just coming up out of that concrete jungle where it's, you know, it's the crabs in the bucket where it's a lot of jealousy, envy, you know. And I was one of the ones that was fortunate to make it up out of there. You know, it's hard because, you know, ain't no way out. You know, ain't no opportunities over there. So, you know, if you do shine, a lot of times you don't get the support that you need from dudes in the neighborhood. You know, everybody want to be that guy. You know what I mean? So when you that guy, it's competition, it's hate. So, you know, it feels good now to overcome all that and still be here after losing 2 members and still have a solo career and actually still be able to move around on tour and actually, you know, because it's hard for people who lose group, like people, it's the guys who still here with both of their group members, all their members, and can't get booked, you know, and I've been blessed to be able to still run around here doing tours, doing shows, doing licensing deals, selling a lot of RBO merchandise, you know. Man, the fans is real supportive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
On behalf of the fans, I have a question to ask you. Just how Bammer was the weed in 1991 in San Francisco?
Yeah, it was real bad.
It was real bad.
It was real. Bricks of brown.
I'm hoping that you would do a little bit of that song for us.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. I'll do my boy, Mr.
Okay.
C verse. Let's do that.
All right.
For sure.
We can drop the music too.
Yeah, let's do it. Check.
Don't
I
give
gotta
me no
stand up for this.
weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SLC.
Don't give me no Bammer weed.
We don't smoke that shit in the SLC.
Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that.
Shit in the SLC.
Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that.
Shit in the SLC.
3, 2, 1, coming in with the bang. 2 dark-skinned niggas, not a motherfucking gang. Pimps with limps, never known essence. We smoke dank, not that Bammer shit. Damn, that Bammer ain't no good. You might well smoke some rolled up wood. And you laugh and said those rhymes was funny. But trip on the shit that don't stress you punk ass dummy. Get with the program. Can't you see, Bammer? Ain't nothing but a scam, a false high. Nothing but an untrue, a fib. Or everyday lie. Too dank is the claim to fame. And the gram that you see to gain. Once knew a girl named Brenda. Smoking that Bammer was her everyday agenda. She used to laugh and giggle until Mr. C moved next to a building. I tried to get her, but she acted kinda shy, so I shared my dank. I got her real high, she invited me up to her room. For you bitches, honey boom, we smoke more dank without a pause. And later that night, I was in them draws. See, Frisco niggas ain't no punks. Put guts on our weight, and they gonna get bumped on. Brenda's now horn in the point. Couldn't handle the day. The reason, don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SLC. Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit. Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SLC. Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit. Rest in peace, Mr. C. HIT. Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, Maul, we're going to talk about you a little bit, and I think we can bring that baby picture back up on screen. I just want to bring that up every 30 seconds, really.
Word up.
I'm going to read a little passage from your book here, My Opinion, and this is after you recorded a 4-track demo with Mac Dre on production, and
Rest in peace.
Kyrie, one of the greatest producers of all time, heard it. and was interested in talking to you about signing a deal. But
This was after Dre had got set up by the feds and went to jail.
Right.
I was supposed to come out on Romper Room Records. I was supposed to be the second artist, you know what I mean? The first artist was a snitch who's not to be named, but then it was gonna be me. But Dre had gotten to the, he had got caught up with Jay Diggs and with Kilo Kurt. He goes to jail. So now Dre gave Kyrie the blessing to work with me.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a couple obstacles in your way. One of them is that you're only 15 years old.
Yeah.
The other one is that, just the streets and Vallejo and funk going on out there.
This was the time where, this was the start of the bank robbery period, where basically my neighborhood stopped selling dope and started robbing banks. You feel me? And I wanted them to take me. You feel me? But they wouldn't take me because I had real, I like to call them guardian angels, because they said they saw a talent in me, and they said, you know what, you ain't coming with us. What you need, we bring it back to you, but you're not coming with us. And me, I'm poor, man. You feel me? I just want, you know what I mean?
You want that fast money.
I want a double boost, man.
Yeah. Well, your third obstacle was your parents.
Yeah.
And that's what this section is about your relationship with your dad wasn't that good. You were hardly speaking at all. But Cease, rest in peace, sets up a meeting at your house. So it's Kyrie, my parents, and me discuss my future in the record industry. You should have seen us. Cease and Kyrie were sitting on the couch looking like they just stepped out of a rap video, and my folks and I were on the other side of the couch looking like we just stepped out of an episode of Good Times. My parents asked the usual questions like how this would affect me in school, who would look out for me and make sure I wouldn't fall victim to drugs, and what was up with the contract, who got what, how much and when. Since I was a minor, a parent would have to sign along with me. For that reason, I was worried. If my pops told my mom not to sign out of spite, maybe mom wouldn't sign just to keep things cool between them. If that went down, I was right back where I started, the bottom of the bottom. After Kyrie finished his presentation, Cease assured my parents that he would look out for me as best as he could, acting as DJ and mentor. Like I said, Cease was family. After Cease and Kyrie bounced, my parents let me know that they thought I shouldn't risk my future on a dream, and that I should concentrate on school. Then they informed me that if I disobeyed them and chose a music career anyway, I would be doing so alone and without their support. When they told me that, it really fucked me up. I mean, this was one of the biggest decisions of my life, and not having them have my back felt like they disowned me anyway. My mind was made up. Matter of fact, it was a no-brainer. Pops had washed his hands of the situation, so I was able to convince my mother to sign the contract. I had to promise her that I would finish school and stay out of trouble. I gave her my word, we both signed, and it was official. Mac Mall was the first artist signed to Young Black Brother Records.
Yeah.
You're 15 when you're writing an all-time Bay Area classic and recording it with Kyrie. Illegal Business. We have an image of the cover up here that we can put. What's going through your mind? Were you just hungry for success? Were you hungry to get your stories out in your songs?
I wasn't even thinking about success, because it was I didn't know what it would later become. You know what I mean? I just wanted to do it. I wanted to get in the race. I wanted to get in the game with my heroes. You know what I mean? These guys was like heroes to me. You feel me? Like every record cover was like a comic book, and the cats that was on the front was the superheroes. You feel me? And I believed that I could do it. And I just wanted to do it. And plus it was I had no other choice. You feel me? If I don't do this, I'm going to go to the penitentiary. Somebody's going to let me in the car. You feel me? And I'm going to go. You know what I mean? And so it was just about getting in it. And as far as my parents, you got to understand that, you know what I mean? My mother is from the South. My people come from Louisiana, very simple people, hardworking, God-fearing people. All they knew about the entertainment industry was, cats go crazy, cats be broke, cats be drugged out. So you got your 15-year-old son who already, got every gun in America. My mom used to catch him, used to clean up my room and find them and just be like, boy, what's wrong with you? So I'm already kind of like teetering. So they thinking like, they really was trying to look out for me because it was like the unknown. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't really fault them for that, you know what I mean? And now my parents are like my number one supporters, but I kind of understand, I'm already, kind of shaky. And then, I'm finna get into the industry that they know nothing about. All they see is the horror stories. And their 15-year-old kid, I think of that now. I look at my daughter and I'm like, damn, you feel me? Right. I was a super duper baby. Even though I didn't feel like a baby, I felt like a man. I'm getting shot at. Yeah. But you know what I mean? There's bank robberies, we gang banging, we doing all that. So I didn't feel like a kid. I felt like, man, this is my time. If I don't do this, I'm gonna die. Right. You know what I mean? So
you did have some good people around you.
Yes, man.
Like
DJ Cease.
You had Kyrie, you had Cease, you had Ray Love.
Ray Love, man. Shout out to my brother Ray. You know what I mean? Ray right now for our family, he does all like the, you know what I mean, the legal stuff. He is the he runs the Tupac estate. He doesn't run it, but he's like the main figurehead over there, and also the Mac Dre estate. So Ray took a step back from music to to handle our business.
Good person to have on your side.
Yeah. But when Mac Dre and Kilo Kurt and Jay Diggs left, right? Ray stepped in to be like not only, you know what I mean, my partner, you feel me, as far as on stage and touring and stuff, but he also looked out for me, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him, you know what I mean, for real.
There was someone else in your life at that time, and we have a part of a music video that we can play here, and we'll see him in this music video clip.
Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. What's up? What's up? Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. In the beat. Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. That's right. That's right. Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. Yeah, it's Mac Moore. Let's let y'all know y'all brothers in the fight. Man, we gotta get it together. So Evan, let them know.
Get ourselves together.
Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. That's right. That's right. Young players don't get it together. Young players don't get it together. Get together on things. Get together on things.
Yeah. So, of course, you recognize Tupac Shakur in that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Stretch and Tupac. Stretch was the other cat who was sitting down there on, by the grave. He was murdered too.
Tupac offered to direct that video for you.
He did. He did. I actually met Tupac at Practice Looking Hard video. E40 is my cousin, you feel me? But we from two different sides of Vallejo, you know what I mean? And my cousin Shonda, baby got her hair done by Shonda. Shonda was spending a lot of time around Sugar T, who was my big cousin. So she invited me to the video. I go to the video not expecting anything. I'm just gonna kind of hang in the back and kind of just watch. Limo pull up, you feel me? White limo, I remember it like yesterday. Pac had an Orlando Magic jersey on. Him, Stretch, Man, Mike Cooley, Big Country, they hop out the car, right? And, of course, they talking to 40 and them, and they talking to Boots from the Coop was there, too. And see, where I'm from, we call it cut in, you know what I mean? The way you introduce yourself to a person means a lot, you know what I mean? Because if I cut into Tupac, right, to holler at him, and I come off as goofy, I'm goofy forever.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I had to make sure that my approach, what I say, everything was right. So I'm waiting there, I'm rehearsing it in my mind, and I'm like the last person in my line to kind of, to talk to Pac now. And I get there, I get in front of him, and I just start running my pedigree. Hey man, what's up? You know what I mean? My name is Mac Moore, I'm a rapper from Crescent Vallejo. I got a record out right now called Illegal Business. And he was like, hold on. And only the way that Tupac can be, you know, he was just a ball of energy. He got hype. You Mac Moore? Man, I'm listening to your stuff in the car right now. Hey, man, they did this Mac Moore right here. And I'm sitting there like, man. And then I'm like, yeah, you know, I work with Layla Steinberg. That's my man. He was like, Layla brought me in the game. I didn't know that then. You feel me? I wasn't in the business. I was kind of like in my own world. Cause Layla, I walked up to her one day and was just like, hey, you're gonna be my manager. And she looked at me like, little dude, what? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's almost like Pac decided on the spot that like he was gonna be your brother and your mentor.
And he really did. There was no upside in him dealing with me. You feel me? You need to understand that. At the time, he was, you know what I mean? He was like a rocket taking off. You feel me? He had left not really left Digital Underground, but he's doing his own thing. He's on his second record. He's the Janet Jackson movie and everything. Dude is doing his thing. So I don't know if he saw some of himself in me or whatever. I still think about it today because he didn't have to do it. Right. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, he didn't have to do it. He could have just been like, hey, what's up, dude? I see you, bye. You feel me? But from that day, he was like, he told me in our meeting, he was like, hey, I'm going to do something with you one day. Right? We're going to do something. Now, at the time when he's telling me this, I'm thinking it's one of those, you know, hey, let's do lunch. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You know, that little phony thing, right? So I heard him, but I didn't really take it to heart. And I swear to God, and a week passed, and he flew into Vallejo and came to Young Black Brother Records and said, I'm going to do your video. I'm going to do it for Ghetto Theme. And I'm sitting there like, what? Okay.
True to his word.
And this dude, see, if there was one word that I would have to say to describe Tupac, right? People have a lot of, you know what I mean, ideas about his character and who he is. But if there was one word to describe him, I would say loving. You know what I mean? Just like him being a revolutionary, you know what I mean? A revolutionary is driven off love, the love for his people, the love for the cause, the love for being righteous. You feel me? So he had love. At the same time, he was you know, hollering at me and putting me under his wing. He was making the Outlaws. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
He put a lot of people on.
Man, so many people, and so many nameless people though.
Right.
So many people who are not entertainment. So much rent he paid. So many, you know what I mean, Christmases he paid for. Right. You know, education, all that. So dude did the video. Next thing I know, I go back to high school and I'm telling everybody, yo, Tupac finna do my video. And they
You're still in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in 10th grade.
Yeah.
And they looking at me like, what? You talking about the Tupac right here who's spitting at the camera? He's finna do your video? I'm like, yeah. I just talked to him the other day. So nobody believed me. And it was just like, it's an interesting story. My mother, right? My mother, when me and Pac was working together, he decided that, you know what? I want you to see the game. I'm going to take you to the Soul Train Awards, right? And
Your mom didn't want you to go.
No, this is the Soul Train Awards where Dr. Dre and them came out with the 6'4s, everything. So at the time, I'm messing up in school. You know what I mean? And so he calls. He say, man, let me talk to your mom. I'm going to ask her. I'm like, man, what? He like, yeah, I'm going to ask her if you can come with me. I just remember my mom picking up the phone like, who is this? Tupac. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, Miss Rocker, can Jamal, I would like Jamal to come with me. We're gonna take care of him. We're gonna make sure that he all right. He's gonna be taken care of. He can call you whenever, whatever. My mom was like, man, hey, nah, Jamal messing up in school. He can't go. Click. Man, my
chance of a lifetime. Down the drain.
My soul just came out my body, right? I'm telling her like, do you know what you are doing? But I was able to make it, and I fly into LA, straight from school to LA, and it was a big part because there was these tickets, right? There were like 6 tickets, right? 4 of them was silver, 2 of them was gold. Me, I'm just happy to be there, bro. I just left school. Now I'm in LA with Tupac.
He gave you a gold ticket then.
Yeah, so he passing out the tickets, and when he passing out the silver ones, I'm like, bro, why I didn't get a silver one? I wanted the silver one, man. And it was just the 2 tickets. He gave me that gold ticket. I was like, oh my God. So I come into the Soul Train Awards with Tupac, and the crew went and sat in the seats like that, and I walked to his seat next to him. Jamie Foxx right there. Snoop and Dre and them right there. Madonna is behind us, right? Yeah. Trying to reach over and get his attention. You feel me? And I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm just so excited. But yeah, Pac was a special dude, you know what I mean? A special dude. And I'm just thankful for not only him though, but Fanny, you know what I mean? Doc, right. may they all rest in peace. Because from us cooking up from that day on, I was his little brother. You feel me? For real.
You two shared a manager in Layla Steinberg.
Layla Steinberg.
Layla got you a deal with Relativity Records.
Yes.
And I sort of see that ghetto theme video as a sister song to a number that's on your next album, Untouchable, called Get Right.
Yeah, it actually, you're right, because if you watch the videos, Get Right starts where Ghetto Theme ends.
Oh, it does.
My ghost, the ghost that you just saw tell Pac, don't shoot stretch, comes back to life in the same spot that I got shot. So, no, matter of fact, I don't come back to life, I go to heaven.
Yeah.
And then after the video, I come back into my body, whatever. But
you think you can give us a verse of Get Right a cappella?
No doubt. Testing. I can't lie, I like to get high and figure 8 when I drive. Bulldozer rope in the sky for all my niggas that died. We can't do nothing but strive, so bring the struggle. You want a silver spoon in your mouth, you gotta hustle. As I take another hit of the spliff that soldiers passing, the only chance I get to feel peace. I gotta have some, so see I spark the holler a lot. It keeps me going, baby boy 3 steps ahead of his death. And mama knowing, so she's saying, baby, change your ways. But I was raised in the days of Uzis and AKs, where killers played a daily game called the pistol tag. This let me live, I ass, but if you're caught in the cross, then I'm off your ass. Young nigga just trying to have the better things in life. He went from rooking to jugging overnight. Some try to say he ain't right, but who's to say that he's wrong? That's why you're starving, and the name of this song is Get Some Get Right.
All right. When you made that album, there's a story that you tell in your book. It's one of the funniest stories ever, and it involves an alligator. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever seen this album cover, you're familiar with this alligator. I think we have a picture of it we can put up on the screen here. Normally, these days, we would just Photoshop you holding an alligator, and then there's another one that's the album cover.
That's the real one, because I got it by the neck right there.
Yeah. There's this one, which is on Broadway and Telegraph in downtown Oakland.
Yeah.
An alligator. You just Photoshop that together. No, you went to Louisiana and found an alligator farm in the Yellow Pages and called them up and said, hey, we want to do a photo shoot with one of your alligators.
Yep, Tiburon, Louisiana. Layla being an awesome manager, you know what I mean? I was able to, make a concept, and she picked it up. And it actually, she found, it was like Jack the Rapper or something, and she ran into Wild Bill, and he owned a gator farm. And
this guy's name was actually Wild Bill.
Man, this Wild Bill was a character. You feel me? He basically ran Tiburon, you know what I mean? He was, you know what I mean? I think he was selling some dope too. So the way it came off was, I decided that I was gonna name the record Untouchable, because that's how I felt at the time. Because I got a lot of hate from the first record, you know what I mean? I'm 16 years old, you know what I mean? I got my street dudes telling me, when you get your check, you need to buy some keys of cocaine. Me, I'm trying to get my family off welfare, bro. Right. You feel me? And so, when you don't do what some people think that some people want you to do, the hate come in, you know what I mean? But this is my, man, hip hop, people need shelter, food, water, air, you know what I mean, to live. I need those things plus hip hop. Yeah. It's something that I believe in, I was willing to die for. So I gave pushback. I'm doing what I'm gonna do. This is my dream. This ain't your dream. I see the colors. You don't see the colors. You don't know. I'm just an opportunity to you. So, me, standing on my business, I felt untouchable. I felt like they couldn't fuck with me. The hate couldn't fuck with me. So I said, I'm gonna name the record Untouchable.
Untouchable, right? Yeah.
And okay, so me and Ray love smoking weed. I'm like, so what's untouchable? Man, a shark. you know what I mean? A python, man, an alligator. You feel me?
You guys really were smoking.
Yeah,
weed.
and then I'm like, an alligator.
We're gonna go find an alligator and hang out with it.
This is how I went. I say an alligator. I'm an alligator. I say, man, what if I had an alligator on a chain like a pit bull? You feel me? And so imagine us calling Layla. You feel me?
Yeah.
It probably was late, and we call her, Layla, yeah, this mall. Hey, you need to give me an alligator.
Yeah.
She was like, what? No, you untouchable. I need an alligator. And bless her heart, she found the gator. And
Flew you to Louisiana.
me, Kathy, who was my photographer, and Layla Steinberg. Layla always wanting to save money and stuff, so it was just a little skeleton crew. We went out there. It was basically a one-way in, one-way out. Me and the photographer was the only black people there. You feel me? I swear to God, when we got to the farm and we walked into they had a restaurant. I swear to God, when I stepped in the door, the music stopped, and everybody just looked at us like, you feel me? Yeah. And but you know, we was able to do it, and man, it lasted the test of time. I seen Beyonce with in one of her records. She had.
Right.
Two, what's it called? But she
two alligators
she
on
didn't
chains.
do the work.
I've seen that picture. They photoshopped that.
Yeah, they photoshopped that. You feel me?
You for time, I just have to fast forward through you here. You put out Illegal Business 2000 with Wide Open. You left Relativity.
I left Relativity because it was basically I didn't really work well in the corporate, you know what I mean, system.
Right.
And when I saw that they basically they wasn't trying to innovate, they wasn't trying to do like new and exciting stuff. The labels basically they follow the leader. If something was if a green alien rapper made a platinum record, now they finna sign 1 million green alien rappers.
Right.
They never trying to do something. So when I actually got sued because they were, the parent company of them was Sony. So I fell out with the label, and what they did was they put me on the shelf. And it was just like, but in my contract, I always told them that I did extra music with Kyrie. So for 2 years, I could not record. I couldn't record with you. Right. I couldn't do nothing. But I had that out of I recorded stuff that we already had. Yeah. So I told them I'm going to put out the stuff that I already had. And we added one song, the Wide Open. I didn't even want to do Wide Open. Yeah. Kyrie was like, man, this record is dark. And if you listen to Illegal Business 2000, it's very dark. Right. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have my passion. I was in a dark place. I couldn't rap, you know what I mean? And so when he told me to do the song, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it out of spite, and I'm gonna do the best girl song. You feel me? That's what I was. So I went in there just.
That song came out of spite. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Illegal Business 2000. Let's see, Immaculate, which is more of a spiritual record. Yeah. Mackin Speaks Louder Than Words, Your Vegas Years.
Yes. Dark.
Like you said, you didn't win every battle you fought.
No.
And then you find yourself back in the Bay.
Yeah.
And Jay Diggs is out, finally. Mm-hmm. And he's got a Bay cruise. And there's someone special on that cruise that you had a falling out with. And you patched things up with him.
And that's the man, Mighty Mac Dre, may he rest in peace. See, earlier I told you guys about how, you know, me standing on my business and following my dream, you know what I mean? That made a lot of people hate me. And me and Dre together are very powerful together. And people saw that they could manipulate us together. So what they did is they tried to separate us. You know what I mean? I had cats in my ear, he had cats in his ear. And one thing we didn't do, we didn't come together. You feel me? We just, you know, this dude tripping. So we had fell out. Now Diggs, you know what I mean? Diggs, my name is Jamal, his name is Jamal. Our mothers birthday is on the same day. Our mothers grew up like sisters, you feel me? That's how it is in the Crest. I got one of the biggest families, he got one of the biggest families. So, you know, Diggs, you know what I mean? You know, I used to, Diggs took me to Reno with him and shot dice all night when I'm like 13. You feel me? So, you know, he's somebody I looked up to. And when he came home, you know, he was big on, we getting this back together. I'm like, man, I don't know. I hear you, bro, but I'm cool. He cool. He doing what he do. I'm doing what I'm doing. Everybody fine. So he, when he came on, he had this big yacht party, and he was like, man, y'all coming to the boat. Me, when I go to the boat, I'm like, I don't know how I was finna crack up. So I got a chopper in the car. You feel me? If I make it back to the what's it called, if something go down, make it back, man, it's finna go be bad. But he got us on the boat. And first, you know, we sitting there, we looking at each other and stuff like that. And he called all of us outside. He called Mac Dre. It was him, Mac Dre, and it also was another cat. I ain't even gonna mention his name, but Dre had shot him in the face.
Oh man.
You feel me? But they are the same crew. But dude tried to do some bully stuff to Dre. Furl ain't no punk. He like, man, I ain't taking it, right? Shoot this dude in the face, didn't kill him. He just, you know, knocked out some teeth or whatever. So we all on the boat, and you know, we had a discussion. You feel me? And me personally, I felt like if this brother who he shot can forgive him, who am I to? Because you know we said some words about each other. And plus, no matter what, man, that's my big cuddy. I'm named after him. You feel me? So I just remember us, you know what I mean, letting bygones be bygones, you know what I mean, hugged it out, you feel me? Talk some shit, because that's what we do. We hugged it out, then we talked some shit to each other, went back in the party and fucking had the most dopest night, rocked the whole boat, and that was the day. You feel me? That was the day right there, man.
I'm glad that happened. Resulted in the album, The U.S. Open.
Yeah, Mac Dre's last record.
Right.
You feel me? For me, it was one of the easiest records to do because it was like, you know what I mean? Shaq and Kobe, man. You feel me? Yeah. Shaq and Kobe, and together we are so powerful, man. Ain't nothing like the power of the Cuddies, man. You feel me? When we set our mind on something, we gonna do it. And that record was beautiful. It hurts me to even listen to it because it's just like the possibility of what we were going to do. This is before Thiz Nation. This wasn't going to be a Thiz Nation. It was going to be Dre put out a record, I put out a record, we put out a record together. Ryder J. Clyde, he was going to be there. Of course, Doobie and Diggs, it was going to be, the nucleus was going to be us going back and forth and then doing that, you know. And we did the record. On the way to Kansas City, you know what I mean? Because we started doing shows together after that. And on the way to Kansas City, we listened to the record. And I just remember just going out there just feeling like, oh, man, we back together. You know what I mean? We got our legs up under us. Everything is beautiful. We finna be dope. We finna take over. And then, you know, the tragedy happened out there.
Right. That was his last record. I wonder if we can go back to your first record and hear some songs from you. Get on the mic.
Yes.
And bless us with a couple of classic hits.
Let's do it.
Sick with this?
All right, let's rock.
Let's
rock.
Sick with this.
Okay. Y'all know this shit, man. Y'all can sing with me, man. Okay. I mean. Mackin'. Turn up the beat and let me come with some game, man. Talking about these hoes who be trying to claim the fame, man. But it's a waste of time because Mac Ball ain't no celebrity. I'm just a player with some G-A-M-E, but that ain't it. Cause I'm serving the dick to the hoes who bought the tape and straight loving the shit. That pimp shit to slam, niggas running scams. And how to make a faithful girl cheat on her man. Plus that Doja dank and the candy paint. And the way cool bottle V&J that I drank. And when I'm on that shit, you can't level with me. I'm having church hoes think I got the devil in me. It ain't over, fool. It gets doper as I'm freaking yo ho up on the sofa, legs all open like a TV antenna because a nigga get wild when I'm going up into what's really going on when you leave home. My late nights hella hype every time you're gone. You better lock your bitch up and go to sleep with your gat, cause if she pays me, then man I'm at that. And all I need is just one beat. And I'm gonna pick your bitch up when you sleep, cause I'm sick with this. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you.
Let's take some questions from the audience. I wonder if we might have our microphone master out there, Ryan Davis. Yeah, just raise your hand, and if you got a question, Ryan will come to you.
So I got a question real quick. And first off, I want to thank both of you all for your work because, just coming from the Bay, man, this is music that we grew up on, kept us through, through the pen or whatever we all going through. So thank you. But I wanted to ask both of you all, when did you all realize, what was that moment when you knew, hey, oh, it's on. We about to blow up. Like, was it hearing it on the radio? Was it hearing it in the streets? Maul, I knew you was hearing it at Hogan High. But what was that moment when you guys were like, wait, this shit about to blow up?
Check. For me, it was when I heard it in Oakland. 'Cause I was hearing it locally in the city, but when I went over to Oakland, because it's once you crack Oakland, you pretty much can crack the Bay. That's like our mecca. Once you make it over there. When I went over there, was it at Eastmont Mall, and every car I was hearing, because we have a real distinctive hi-hats and claps. We got them P-Funk claps in our music, so. Every car was passing by, was playing Bammer Weed. Damn near, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It's to the moon now. You know what I mean? So it was me hearing it in Oakland, up and down over there by, going up and down Bancroft, over there by Eastmont Mall. That's when I knew it was on for me.
What about you, Mo?
For me, it was, one place was San Francisco. I was the first non-San Francisco cat to be able to come to San Francisco and actually do a show without having to fight or shoot my way up out of there.
Right.
I was the first. And I give a lot of that credit to Cool Nut. You feel me? Cool Nut, man, looked out for me, and my first show was in Fillmore. But for me, really, it was like when I was getting knocked in the crest, that was it for me. I'm on top of the world right there. I'm getting knocked in the crest. In Vallejo, I got the ops, they playing my music, but just to be appreciated in my neighborhood, to me, from that point, I felt like I made it.
Enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have another question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about something I always felt was very Bay Area focused, is that it was the compilation albums that we put out here. And just wondering more about like the networking and the relationships that kind of allowed that, which doesn't really show up at a lot of the other locations around the world.
I think you're talking about like $1 Million Dream and her
West Coast Bad Boys.
Exactly. That.
Yeah. The Rompilation.
Cell Block was a big one.
Kyrie's Blackalation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D-Shot, Boss Ballin'.
Boss Ballin', yep.
West Coast All-Stars, Master P. There's a ton of them. And so many classic, so many Lucy's were on those compilations. Like great songs that like maybe got overlooked because they were on compilations.
Right,
But
yeah.
I don't know, everyone I know with a lot of tapes, mostly tapes, they have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Cats all work together though. You feel me? Like we all shared the same studio. We all did shows together. We all basically knew each other. So when somebody was doing something, we all felt like we wanted to support. You know what I mean? And we wanted to, represent for our neighborhoods and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black C, can you talk about the difference in from the first album to the second album, the Ruthless by Law that came out in 1995? It kind of seemed like your sound elevated a little bit and kind of took that little step up, specifically in the production. So I was wondering if you could talk about that.
Yeah, well, we did. It was Mac Mall and Sebo. To be honest, they like them two when they came out. Like Sebo came out with that Gas Chamber album right afterwards. We was using a bunch of samples, so it was a mixture of hearing Sebo and Mac Mall first album, and also getting hit with them samples. We couldn't get them all cleared, so it was a little bit of all that. So we ended up switching our style up and our sound up, and I went from sampling to just having enhance our beats and play them over. But I would say that first Mac Mall, that Illegal Business, and that Sebo Gas Chamber, even our flow, we started trying to rap a little bit faster in the whole night.
Y'all said my name on the record.
Got my name.
Bro, I was like,
yeah.
Man, you don't know you hit it right in that part, man.
Yeah.
For real, respect.
Yeah, but that was we was definitely influenced by Mac Mall and Sebo, that Kyrie and that Mike Mosley, that production. I said, let me step my game up. I got to go in here and play everything over. I got to get that mob and bass, that bass sound, man. And I started getting. I just tried to mix it. We was influenced by L.A. too, SoCal. So I always had a little bit of that in my music. So I started adding in a little bit of Moog into it, some of them whistles and everything, with a little bit of that mob. And I switched up on that '94 album.
Yeah. Got another question?
Not really a question, just I wanted to say thank you guys because your music, everybody in the Bay. I'm from San Francisco, so I kind of chuckled when you were talking about 3rd Street. I was like, they used to have the block parties on 3rd Street. So there was community, even though there was violence, there was still community. But thank you guys for everything that you've done. I've always listened to your music. Everybody around me was listening to it, and so we just want to thank you for everything, and thank you for sharing your struggles as well.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Not a question, but I want to give y'all flowers. I'm a female rapper from San Francisco, from the Bay, and I grew up listening to y'all. So vicious, yeah.
That's So Vicious?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what you doing here? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. No, but I read both of y'all books. Y'all know y'all motivate me, inspire me. I just want to give y'all flowers. Y'all got longevity, and it means a lot. A lot of people are looking up to y'all, and I just want to thank you too.
Appreciate
it.
Well, you keep up the good work too.
Yep,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So with the bros, man, I appreciate. I just want to same difference. Give y'all flowers, but I wanted to touch on this. See, I got the first album in Ormy Street Mall. I got yours because I was to be with BG. That's my bro. At Layla House in Albany.
Shout out to BG.
So, shout out to Bounty G. Yep. I just keep doing it, bro.
Oh, thank
keep
you,
doing
man.
it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I'm a fan for real. For real.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Hi there. I want to say thank you to you guys too.
Very
so this is directed to Jamal. A lot of rappers talk about being influenced by their zodiac sign, Gemini. And so I know your birthday well. It's mine as well.
Oh,
so
birthday twin.
Yes.
Their birthday.
And I'm also from Antioch, so welcome to Antioch.
We wasn't neighbors, but me and him, you know what I mean? I moved to Antioch too, and me and him used to kick it. I used to use his studio and stuff. That's my brother, man.
I've served you at a bar in Pittsburgh before.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
that sound like me. Yeah.
Hope that show at Ruby Sky went well.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know if any of your music and lyrics is influenced by your zodiac sign.
I think just having the just showing each side of me. You know what I mean? Because I believe like a person is not just one thing. You're not just a gangster, or you're not just in rap. People try to be one thing. Either I'm a gangster rapper, or I'm a hip hop boom bap rapidy rap rapper, or I'm a braggadocious rapper, or I'm a just all those things. And I believe like me being a Gemini, you know what I mean? I got the duality, you feel me? So I try to express that and everything. Yeah, I might be mad today, and I might want to burn the house down, but man, I still love my mama.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So as a person, I believe if you're one thing, you are insane.
Yeah.
Because a person is everything. A person is everything. You know what I mean? We good, we bad, we happy, we sad, you know what I mean? We jealous, we whatever, all these things, that's the human condition.
Music.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in my music, I try to be honest with that, and I try to show all that. That's why I can do a song like Sick With This, but also do Ghetto Thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I can do a song like Let's Get a Telly, but also do Wide Open, because I feel like sometimes I want to get a telly.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Man, I'm in love. You feel me?
Right.
Or Lesson to Be Learned can have all these street anthems and yet have this monologue from Herm at the beginning about the
warning everybody like
American
don't get
black
fooled.
male.
Exactly. Don't get tricked.
I mean, the Bay Area doesn't believe in that binary, the like conscious gangster rapper type thing. It's all just kind of one thing. Yeah. Do we got another question?
Not really a question, but I moved to Indiana in '98 and from Vallejo.
Hello.
And really, like, you guys, your music made me who I was out there, because out there I was the only brown person.
Yeah.
So every day I'd have my headphones on, and they were like, "What are you listening to? What are you listening to?" At the end of it, I went to IU. I had them saying, whenever I'd say, "There's a bluebird on my shoulder," they would respond with, "Can I kill it?"
Kill it. Yeah, for real.
And then for Mac Mall, one question, being from Vallejo, is it Saks or Bud's Burgers for you?
It's Buzz Burgers all day. Buzz Burgers, man. You know what I mean? A double, some fries, and a side of roaches. It's all good. For real.
It looks like there's one guy in the back who's had his hand up for quite a while, and then maybe we can take one more question after that.
Fellas, I just want to say thank you for making this evening possible. I want to be direct because what you guys did, I don't feel like the genius people understand for the age that you guys accomplished what you did in that era to endure what the culture was with the challenges in the neighborhood. I just want to say thank you because those 90s were special, and I owe a lot of that to y'all, man.
Thank you for the support.
Appreciate it.
With that said, is there a chance that we can get a collab between you two at some point?
We definitely be
did
on
a couple of
both of each
something with the
other
anniversary.
projects. I love to do it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
For real.
Yeah, we on each other albums.
Yeah, man.
we done did a
This
few.
is like one of my true hip hop friends. You
You're
know what I
right.
mean? That I consider. You know what I mean? And I know like C is a different kind of person. He don't open up to just anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of cats get a couple of words from him. So for me to be
That's
cool
true.
with him, you know what I mean? I appreciate
true.
that. And you know, he
true.
know that he can call me whenever, and I feel the same. You know what I mean? Straight up. And we've been
real.
rocking with each other like that for many, many moons.
Many moons. That's true.
Did we have one more question? I think the gentleman in the blue shirt there.
Hey, so I heard y'all both, obviously talk about KQED, and so could you kind of talk about that as far as having him as a mentor? Obviously, you're on the same label as In a Minute with him, and what type of that? Then also, what do you think he would say about the current state of Bay Area rap as far as people not messing with each other from different neighborhoods? Everything's so fragmented now, and what do y'all think he would have to say about it?
Man, KQED, the rebel, and he'll be talking crazy about the state of the game right now.
Making people uncomfortable for real.
Yeah, hey,
Be
for
on your
real.
helmet.
No, but KQED, he influenced us. He was one of our biggest influence. When I was in Log Cabin Ranch, I was playing Scandalous and I'm Rolling, and he was like our first star in the city. You know what I mean? Of course, we had Forte, who had got on a song with Too Short or whatnot, but KQED had a full album out. Who, he was our first superstar. And man, he was real animated, just being in the songs that we done did together, like KQED bringing in dogs and, choppers and the police coming. I mean, and I love the way when he performed, man, he actually added those sound effects and let you know what he was gonna put in the song. But as far as the state of the game right now, I think KQED will be talking crazy. He remind me of how Spice wasn't doing all them Vlad TV interviews. KQED will be a step above that right now. Because Spice, I love his interviews because he keep it real. He keep it raw.
Could you imagine KQED on Vlad TV?
Man, oh my God.
It's all over.
It'll be like the Lil Boosie interviews. They'll be going viral. For real.
One thing I want to say about him is just this dude had he was a one of one. You know what I mean? This dude, he had a voice that was just like a lion roared, man. You feel me? And he was somebody that just by himself, he can fill a room, man. When he come into a room, man, the air just different, just everything, you know what I mean? And he was always the same person. You feel me? He was always the same, you know what I mean? If he loves you, he loves you. If he hated you, he hated you, and you would know that. Either way, you feel me? And I appreciate him for just, man, kind of guiding me through the game, you know what I mean? And not looking at me as a threat, you feel me? Looking at me as a young brother and just, man, always making sure I'm cool. And I just remember that voice, Ma, what's up?
Right. Rest in peace to the
Yeah,
rebel,
rest in peace, man.
Definitely. It's about time for us to wrap up tonight. I want to say thank you very, very much to the two men by my right. And give them another
Thank y'all for having me.
I wonder, do you guys want to hear one more song? Yeah. You want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let me say my things here. I'm wrapping up. That's My Word is going to be running through the end of the year. We've got upcoming stories, interviews, features. We have a hip-hop game night in November, Hall of Game. If you think you know your Bay Area hip-hop trivia, please come and sign up to be a contestant on stage. The Right Nowish podcast just wrapped up this 4-part series called Hyphy Kids Got Trauma. And it is a completely different look at the hyphy era that you've never thought of before.
Yeah.
That's Pendarvis Harshaw, man.
Yeah, I want to apologize for, just on part of the Thiz movement, you feel me, for all the Thiz babies that's out there, you know what I mean? It was fun, though. It was fun.
Yeah. And thanks very much to our crew up in the AV booth.
Thank you all.
Thanks very much to the stage runners and Ryan and Sarah and everybody. Thanks to Litquake and thanks to Jack Will Ware. And I don't know. Imagine Wide Open?
Let's go.
Let's do Wide Open.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Let's get hype here.
This is my opinion. We need the next song. Yeah.
Wide Open.
Wide Open is the next song, yeah. Thank y'all for having us, man, and thank y'all for coming out. You know what I mean? We definitely appreciate y'all for all the support. You know, I'm gonna do a little something for y'all. Okay. Can we get the music up a little bit? Okay. If you know this song, feel free to sing this song with me, man. Hey. When I first glanced at her, I knew I had to have you. Fly chassis with a sassy manner. She hold herself in a high standard. And hella suckers in the hood ain't never ran in her. Young tender, fair-bred, born winner. I know you're busy, but you need to holler at your nigga. I won't scare you away with fast talking game. I want to know if I can have you, but I start with your name. Who you with? You say that you ain't got no man. I'm trying to tell you, girl, I'll let you start on my team. A playmaker, make a player slow his pace up. The type of face a brother wanna see when he wake up. She work hard 9 to 5. Sometimes more, plus go to school at night. You see, she got big goals, and I don't want to bring you down. I just want to come along, make you moan, make a home, a place that we can both grow old. She let the truth be told. I'm trying to lead a fast life alone and find a woman of my own, so we can get together and build a foundation that's real. And every day I make it feel like a meal. You got me wide open, but you ain't even knowing. You got me wide open, but you ain't even knowing. You got me wide open, but you ain't even knowing. You got me wide open, but you ain't even knowing. Hey, you think I'm running drag, but I ain't even mad. I bet you all my cash, I'll be the realest that you had. I wanna treat you laugh, but you can't see that half. I'm trying to keep you smiling if you just give me a chance. Sometimes you make me laugh, you got me wide open. You think it's all a front, swear you ain't even knowing. If I was running drama on you, I would've been in the wind, baby, hitting corners. Instead I'm standing right beside you like you know I'm poster. Keep it composure, but most fools be in your faces trying to get over. I see you know my style, me and my father's wow. I hear your friends say I'm not trustworthy, but if you wait a while, I shut that madness down. Prove to you once and for all that I'm deserving of the heart, your mind, your soul, your body, your time. If it's true, boo, then give me a sign. Nah, I ain't trying to rush you, but ASAP. Keep a Mac on your mind and holler at me. I say I ain't trying to rush you, but ASAP. Keep a Mac on your mind and holler at me.
See, I've waited.
You got me wide open.
To find someone like you. And now that you find
but you ain't even knowing.
There's no time to lose.
Okay. You got me wide open.
No matter what they say.
Even though my style is wild, I like the way you do your thing. Baby, I'm wide open too. That's my word, I'm loving me some you. Baby, I'm wide open too. That's my word, I'm loving me some you. Much love, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out, man. We both, speaking on behalf of my brother Black C and myself, we appreciate y'all's support. And man, see y'all at the next show. Much love, y'all. You got me wide open. But you ain't even know me.
I'm
He got me wide
tripping, I'm tripping, I'm
But you wouldn't even know. He got me wide open, but they ain't know.
Out in the lobby, and you can also grab a free T-shirt if there's any left out in the lobby too. So, thanks so much, everybody.
You ain't feeling me, okay, I'm caught up in me.
Much love to the loved
It's
ones, you
slipping,
know.
I'm tripping off the
I'ma kick back in that sheet.
You ain't feeling me, feeling caught up
All the ladies sing that.
It's slipping, I'm tripping, I'm
Yeah, girl, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it.
got me going and showing and I want you. I'm wide open.